I came in kind of unprepared. It was during COVID, so he's like, I got time, I'll teach him what he needs to know. I basically got the job because Michael just liked me.
And I'm looking at him like, Charles, this is for real, like.
Yeah.
RSL featuring the Chicago Blues Hall of Famer Michael Charles, and that's going to be phenomenal. So you need to get there. If you don't get there, you're going to miss out. It's going to be one of the great shows that we've had in Emerald. Matter of fact, I think it was the greatest show we ever had during the Red the Blue sessions anyway, the last time Michael was here.
Hi, I'm Ryder Ollie. I'm Michael's drummer. I've been drumming for him for like 5 years-ish.
Damian Lopez, also known as Western D on stage most of the time. I've been with MC for a little over 2 years.
It's a great pleasure to introduce Michael Charles right now. How are you, Michael? It's great to have you live in the studio.
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be back here with you, Greg.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Why don't we just start? I'm so curious to hear about how you started out in the business. I would really, I'd be really interested in hearing about that. So can you walk me through just how you got started?
Yeah, sure. My dad was a guitar player as a hobbyist. He wasn't a full-time musician, but he played guitar. He was really good at what he did. But you know, he chose to raise a family and all that, so he didn't make music his full-time occupation. But that's how it all started, because he would fiddle on his guitar, and there was always this guitar around the house. So wherever he put it down, in the living room or the kitchen or wherever, I was just this little kid, you know, that would just pick it up and just start strumming on this thing. And that's how my musical career started, basically, was watching my dad play. And I would just try and mimic what he was doing. And it kind of all went from there. And you know, the truth is, I don't remember not playing. I've always had that guitar in my hands, and I'm going to say that's where it all started from.
Welcome, Michael Charles.
Thanks very much.
Now, when you started, playing and going to different gigs, I understand Buddy Guy gave you your start, right?
My start in the United States. I didn't realize how much blues influence I had, actually, till I moved to Chicago. Buddy Guy, Eddie Clearwater, right. Junior Wells, Sugar Blue, you name all these guys. I just had the opportunity to get on the stages and just play with these guys.
He was like, how do you infiltrate? We're all sitting back going, how does this guy infiltrate all these guys?
Started roadieing for us, and then eventually went to bass.
I mean, I just wanted to be involved with anything music related, you know.
Oh, sweet.
It was just like any opportunity, I would do it.
You're being crazy, you're being bad, not knowing what to do, feeling so sad. A long time running, I can't run no more. You see I'm falling, I won't fall anymore. Everybody's in pain, everybody's got a
Charles. Chicago, Illinois. He's legendary.
Most times you got it, all you need is to know.
I just love it. There you go.
I basically write on spur of the moment. I've never sat down and said I'm going to spend the next 2 or 3 hours to write a song. I'm either sitting on my couch, or I'm in the studio just fiddling around on my guitar like that,
Right.
and I will come up with a lick or a chord run that I think, wow, that sounds pretty good, and then from there a song will come. So it either comes to me naturally, but I don't look for it.
That's Michael Charles on the road, giving people what they need, which is the blues. Are you ready for a night of blues dream cafe? Yeah. Beautiful. Please put your hands for Mr. Michael Charles.
Charismatic singer-songwriter started playing guitar when he was 5 years old, but received the brunt of his education in Chicago.
Well, appreciate it. Thanks very much.
MC,
What up?
we made it.
We made it.
Just waiting, huh? Yeah.
By the time you close the doors.
Yep.
Nice
Fine.
and quiet. Yeah.
Sound good too.
Exactly.
Glenn Campbell comes on television one night, and I was sitting there watching television with my dad, and he just blew me away. I'd never seen anything like it, and I just never forget it. Turned around, looked at my dad right in his eye, and said, "Do you think I'll ever be able to play guitar like that?" And he kind of looked at me with this little cheeky grin, and he just gave me one word, and the word was practice. I guess that's all you needed to say.
Michael Charles now. He's an Australian-born blues musician, a songwriter, a guitarist, and a singer. He was on this show years ago, and he's about to embark or is already embarking on a U.S. tour.
I've been living in Chicago now for 33 years. I'd never left Australia till I came to Chicago. So my whole career and all my music endeavors were all, in Australia. And to come out to Chicago, it just changed everything.
Well, we're glad to have you as a fellow citizen. And I noticed that you had toured at one time with Jimmy Dawkins. What was that like, traveling with a blues man like Dawkins?
I was on the road with Jimmy Dawkins for close to 2 years, and it was a great opportunity, and it was a big turning point again for me in my career, because I traveled all across the United States, played huge festivals in front of big crowds.
Any advice to aspiring young musicians?
Stick with it.
Well, thank you very much, Michael Charles.
Look at this rain. Something about us in the rain. What is this? Why? We travel hundreds of miles just to be in the rain.
Michael, you know it's not an outdoor gig unless we almost get rained out.
Almost. Look, this is rained out, man. This ain't almost. Look. Hey, lady. Why are you laughing at? Well, here we are in Woodstock.
The spirit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there tuning his guitars, and you know, obviously, I fiddled a bit on it. One time, Michael heard me, and he's like, "That was one of my songs, wasn't it?" And like, I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm just."
Did you think you were in trouble when you said it at first?
I did. I was like, "Oh no."
That's Damien. That's me. That's Damien. That's me. Put your walking shoes on.
Michael Charles, he's the cool one here. You guys are awesome. We need more music. But first, tell us how long have you've been playing with these two?
Ryder, my drummer, tonight, or today I should say, this morning, he's just on a
Snare. Usually you got a full set.
Yeah, it's a breakdown. But he's been with me at least 4 years, I guess. And Damien over there's been playing bass for me for at least a year.
We do appreciate that. I can't see you people, but I can hear you. That's a good thing. That's a good thing too. I'm glad that you're there.
I used to have this transistor radio just stuck into my ear, so whatever I was listening to is what influenced me. So I got influenced by guys like Carlos Santana, Eric Clapton, you name it, all those great players that you had no choice but listen to them, because as soon as you put that radio in your ear, that's what was on the radio. So, and most of these guys were influenced by the blues. So I was learning the blues from these guys without realizing it. We're going to go and grab a coffee because it's required. Let's go.
Going to Australia was absolutely like crazy. Getting to see like the early years of his work and stuff, going to those studios, and I mean, it was just fantastic all around.
Once again, get off Archie on the guitar on the end of the stage.
Mr. Craig Williams on the bass. Paul John Bruno back there making all the noise for you. My name is Michael Charles. It's been a pleasure. We hope to see you again somewhere, someplace, sometime again real soon.
I'm in the studio working on several projects, he said. There is the new album, and I'm working on re-releasing my very first solo album that came out in 1985. I'm remastering it. I wasn't happy with the production of the first album, but I have an opportunity to make changes.
Worked with some of the cream of blues makers in history.
I've been lucky, yeah. It's sometimes when I think back again, it's like, wow, how did I pull that off?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's part of the trade. Thank you, good night. Where's my guitar, man?
Look at one bird up there waiting for the concert.
We're just sitting in the studio one day, probably come back from a gig. He grabs the bass off the wall and he just goes, "Here, learn it." Luckily for me, I was backseating all these gigs and roadieing and stuff, so I had the music, just all his songs, the whole show in my head. Like,
Yeah, that helps a lot.
I mean, because you were playing when I was roadieing. I got used to hearing what you're playing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now when we all play together, it's just like, oh, I know it.
I tell everybody, you know, all the up and coming musicians that, you know, if we stop learning, that's when it's time to call it a day. You know, I think every time I pick up my guitar, or every time I start a new session in a studio, you're always learning. And it's just so important to have that want to learn attitude.
Message that I got for you, baby.
An Australian-born musician and Chicago Blues Hall of Famer is bringing the blues to Chippewa Falls tonight. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So you're performing at the Heidi tonight. You've been there before. Excited about performing?
Oh yeah, I'm excited to perform anywhere.
And what can people expect at the concert tonight?
I've got a lot of releases. I play different songs from different records that I've released, and the set that I choose is usually songs that people have said to me, "Oh, can you play me that song?" or "Are we going to hear that song?" So that's how I choose my songs.
Give me all the news. Giving, I surely gave it to you. People searching for all the unexplained. Gave you my heart, but you took all my dreams. You sold me, and you took all that I had. I pleaded, you walked out.
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Chicago Blues Hall of Famer Michael Charles performing live in the studio, and actually back for your second time here in the studio. So welcome back, Michael Charles.
Well, woman, give me all the news. Given, I surely gave it to you.
I'm calling you a blues guitarist, but I feel like you have a big rock influence as well with your sound.
Well, I always had this obsession with music.
You gotta keep on walking.
I didn't think it was a real job until I met Michael, you know, like I didn't think it was something that I could like do.
Us three are so united and good that we just bring this aura on the stage.
I am totally driven with passion when it comes to my music.
We know what we're doing, not just musically, but also like why we're doing the, you know, we go do a gig and Michael's good about being like, you know, we got to do this promotion because it's going to promote this show, and this show. So we walk in with like an understanding of what we're actually trying to get done.
I love being out on the road doing what I love most, he said. It's been quite a career for Charles, who moved a long way from home thanks to music. It's been a great ride, he said. Who knows where I would be now if I never picked up the guitar.